Okay guys, I know this is a bit weird that I'm going to be reviewing Arcane, pero chill lang kayo. Kasi noon pa, 3 years ago when Arcane first aired into the scenes sa Netflix, I was reviewing it. All 3 acts ni-review ko. Unfortunately, the third act, medyo bumaba yung view count. Uh, I was getting around 3,000 views, 4,000 views on acts 1 and 2 respectively in season 1, and then it dropped significantly. Like I fell off, okay? But now at least my channel grew. I just don't care how many views I get now. I'm just doing for the fun of it. So yeah, we are going to be reviewing Arcane Season 2 Act 1. So one of the things that I commend Arcane from doing is like reimagining the Netflix formula, which is itong format na release format na ginagawa ng Arcane is what I prepare. It leaves you hanging, and at least it leaves you talking to the weekend, and it also caters to binge watchers at the same time. So Act 1, just like last season, has a bunch of episodes. This one, 3 episodes. And Act 1 ng Season 2, carry over from the aftermath of Season 1, Act 3. Yung nangyari kasi nung, for refresher kasi, yung nangyari nung Season 1, yung ending, parang may election ata, and it's like a party. They are going to do a treaty para sa Zaun. Zaun is the underworld. And then, yung rocket ni Jinx nag-launch and exploded onto the council. So, this is yung outcome na nangyari na yun. And that was 3 years ago. 3 years ago in our time, syempre. So, yung aftermath, nung nangyari na yun, namatay na ni Caitlyn, and that is her catalyst on getting revenge on Jinx, who we all know from last season is Powder, the adoptive sister ni Vi. Vi is also coping with the past, and inalok siya ni Caitlyn to become an enforcer, which she refused. And she suddenly joined after Chemtech Barons attack the memorial ceremony sa mga namatay doon sa atake ni Jinx sa council. Now, we see a lot more of Mel's mother, si Ambessa, dito sa season na to. She was just a recurring character last season, and she is more active now. The reason is, alam ko taga Noxus si Ambessa, and she wants the Hextech technology all for herself. So, the parang concept dito, wala na si Silco, there are people who are living up. What yung who is going to be the runner of the underground. And while Piltover and Zaun has a looming civil war, Ambessa is continuing her pursuance to use hex technology as means for warfare. Of course, yung daughter ni Ambessa, si Mel, kumontra dun. They will pursue Zaun. They will pursue Jinx on the caveat na they will only use Hextech technology when it's necessary. So, palapit na sa goals ni Ambessa ito, pero hindi pa rin. Furthermore, Victor was also a victim on the attack on the council, and he was resuscitated using yung Hex core. And his body is now pure Hextech. So, he's like Goku in Dragon Ball Z, yung nasa healing chamber siya. This time, he's like in a... yung parang ano yung sa Star Wars, yung Carbonite. Ayan. And he's being healed by the Hex core. uh, yeah, and the episode 1 of Act 1 is titled Heavy's the Crown. I don't know which came first. Is it the song title or is it the title ng episode na to? They're really pushing this Linkin Park narrative sa atin. So what happened to Powder? Powder or Jinx is on episode 2. We get to meet Little Jinx, si Ishda, and she was saved by Powder from a few assailants, or Jinx rather, and Ishda looks to Jinx as a sister figure. Jinx, Jinx has been saved as well from her pursuers by forgot the name. Yung isa sa mga assistant ni Silco last season. And Sevika, that's right. And she was given a Hextech arm by Jinx. Kasi di ba naputulan siya nata ng braso last season, so yun. Meron na siyang parang Winter Soldier ng kamay, which is RNG based. Yung output nung sandata ni Sevika is based on a slot machine, which I think is really cool and inconvenient at the same time. They still have the Jinx style, yung parang graffiti where Jinx sees everything in a graffiti funky kind of way, and she is being pursued by the task force Caitlyn has entrusted herself onto in episode 1 of Act 1. So my task force sila, it's Caitlyn, it's V. So magjowa na to si Caitlyn sa si V because they kissed I think on episode 3. There's also this guy who wields a huge shield. I thought he was Braun pero hindi pala. And 2 NPCs. Ayun. Just to fill up the spot. But this task force is more on utilizing, they're the ones legalized by Jace to use the Hextech technology. Victor has been revived and he left Jace and he became like Jesus of the underworld when he healed. Nanakawin siya sana ng mga squatter. So hinil niya yung isa sa sakit and then they see him as an inevitable god in the underworld. And then there's something amiss here. So the Black Rose, so if you look at League of Legends, Black Rose is something LeBlanc has an association with. So it is apparent that Amara is practicing, or like one of the Black Roses. She tried to kill Ambessa for not because she wasn't stopping at her pursuance on Hextech technology. Ambessa killed Amara. Pero syempre, Amara is like a merchant of Piltover. Her death will not be ignored, so they will just black out her death and spread misinformation dito. However, Mel is getting behind the scenes. She is slowly and surely investigating her mother, I think. And then, yeah, this episode 2 parang dating is, we got a lot of these plots being established. One such plot as well is the poisoning of the Fireblight tree. Yun. So, yung tree na pinagbabahayan nila Echo at saka ni Heimerdinger ay nalalason. So, they infiltrated Jace's base. Pero nahuli sila ni Jace. Pero since ando si Heimerdinger, okay lang. And we find out na meron fail-safe na base sa underground. Malapit sa underground. Which has the hex core. And this is apparently poisoning the Fireblight tree. Kasi ginagamit yung ventilation and irrigation system. It's aligned with yung ways na ginagamit for hex core just seeps in the ventilation and irrigation system. And then we go to episode 3. This is Jinx is cornered. Her hiding place is full of graffiti. We see Vi and Caitlyn kiss. And then they have a duel. Sevika is also there. I think she was killed off. While this is happening, the hex core is taking a life of its own. And since yung sandata ng mga nasa task force ni Caitlyn is using Hextech, they are going haywire. And Caitlyn apparently killed or incapacitated Sevika, and then she almost shot Jinx when she got trampled by V, only to be shielded by Ishda. Points a pistol. This kid points a pistol to V para protektahan si Jinx. And then V realizes Caitlyn is about to take the shot. Tries to stop Caitlyn kasi yeah, she is going to shoot a child, 'di ba? Which is a big no-no. May moral pa rin si V. Pero kasi yung paningin talaga ni Caitlyn is to have revenge on the death of her mother. Mel, on the other hand, got kidnapped by the Black Rose. So, I don't know what the Black Rose has some intent on Mel, given that the Black Rose is against Ambessa, and Ambessa hold a meeting. So, this is after the confrontation of Jinx and Vi. Jinx was able to escape with the help of Sevika, unleashing a forceful shockwave that has some paint, may pintura, and it just seeps into the ventilation and painted the city with na may parang explosion effect. Yung smoke niya makulay eh. Yan. So yes, as I said, Ambessa held a meeting and said that Zaun assassins have killed Amara and it's time for someone to step up. Yung pilay ata si Sola vouches for Ambessa kasi siya yung unang pinuntahan ni Ambessa for the apparent nangyari kay Amara. And Piltover is under martial law. Yung naka-wheelchair, he assumed that he will head this authoritarian government. But Ambessa, I think, has some things to be taken care of. And she thinks that Caitlyn is the best job since she is now at the vulnerable state. She failed to kill Jinx. And, syempre, she is seeing red kasi gusto niya patayin si Jinx talaga. And, with that, the underground. And, Ambessa is slowly getting to the Hextech technology. We get lots of chest pumping. I haven't seen Vi in this parade. I don't know what Vi was doing. Jace, Heimerdinger, and Echo are still figuring out what's happening with the Hex core, I assume. And yeah, Dictator Caitlyn. Yun. Also, all through all of these episodes 1, 2, and 3, may teaser dito about the origin of Warwick, which is a long-standing theory last season that Vander is Warwick. So Vander was seen at the end of Arcane Season 1, nakalambitin. And with that, pinag-experimentohan siya. We got how Singe gets some Wolf DNA, he's splicing DNA in Episode 2, and then we see the parang construction ni Warwick on Episode 3. So Act 1 really sets up. It has some things to be fixed, but there are 2 acts left and that's like 6 episodes, I think. Na kaya naman siguro resolutionan. If the episode like is like 49 minutes every episode, yeah, there's a lot of exposition here. A lot of resolve what are the Black Rose intent. Ayun. But for me, I think ang maganda dito is it live up to Season 1. I think Season 2 Act 1 is better than the ending of Arcane Act 1. Arcane Season 1. Yung ending nun, the ending act, yeah, this one, it's good. So, may mga repercussions dito. Meron pala dito, nakalimutan ko si Smeech, which is a Yordle. So, isa to sa mga nakasagupa ni Jinx ni Sevika using yung automative arm niya. So, yeah, yung parang dito is, now that the head of the underground is gone, who's going to lead it? Diba? And then there's Jinx, the Jinx problem. There's the Black Rose problem. And then there is the martial law imposed with dictator Caitlyn, tapos ginagawa siyang puppet ni Ambessa. It's a looming civil war in Piltover. And we got the Chemtech Barons, di ba? There's too much happening here. I think Ambessa is really controlling yung parang war dito. She's the one that let the Chemtech makapasok and then she killed up them para di mag-ingay. Really, what's Ambessa cooking? Diba? Okay, so see you next week for Act 2. Yeah, we're going to review it, we're going to recap it, and that's my reaction. Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.